Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be showing you various clips of PvP matches that I've had in the past uh, day or so. And this one is against a guild member of mine named Totally, someone that's been practicing their um, spell sword skills. And I felt really confident that they would provide me with some good content for videos like this. So, in this part of the video, you actually noticed that I did one of my dash moves into like kind of like a lower sweep. And what I did that for was to get some iframes on like horizontal slashes. It seems like this game has like positional immunities like in a traditional fighting game where they do a high and you duck and you then become immune to those high attacks. I decided to get some space here. I did change my build from a melee build to the ranged build. That arrow there would have killed her or him um, if it made contact, but it is blockable as well. As you can see, he does line up the double stun here and goes into the evasion, doing 10k damage. Good stuff. Good stuff. Then this next bout, I'm recording this as I watch it myself, but I suspect that the typical case is that I switch up the timings on my magic arrow, which is my strongest ability, and that's where I have all my accessory damage in. So I make a quick charge, and I did 9k damage there because of the concentration bonus. You can see the meter, the arrow that fills up. I can consume 50 of those concentration points to do double damage on my ranged attacks. So that's why I did 9k damage. Oh, and lands another combo, but see that he made a step forward during that combo. That's valuable time that you need continuing the triple freeze combo. I noticed that he was going to be casting the freezing attack again, so I decided to use my escape there. And I landed at a combo having 100 concentration with a double damage knockback and also my magic arrow. Okay, so I countered his counter attack actually. I did get frozen here, but once again moves forward, loses that valuable time, and this is a weird part. I was able to block his unblockable evasion attack. I think it might be some sort of perfect guard system, or because I was blocking at the time of impact, and only at the time of impact, I was able to block even though the attack went through. So that's the end of our two duels, and it was a wonderful time dueling totally, and I wish I had more content to show of our duels because we learn more things about each other's classes with every duel, and it's really important that you know the skill sets that your opponents have and their classes have, because every class has different moves that are punishable and different moves that are safe. And knowing which ones to counterattack on, which ones to block, and then you're able to um, go on the offense, or even different in a different scenario, if you're being comboed and one of the attacks they use in the middle of their combo is punishable, you can use your escape and then turn the tide of battle. So this is against a gunslinger named Lucerin. I started recording a little bit late into the clip, but I made a mistake of continuing an attack while he was down, so he was able to rising attack, and unfortunately he did the same thing. You never want to attack into someone using an attack that um, doesn't hit people on the ground, because a rising attack does allow people to just counter combo you. So it could have been in his case where it was lag and he thought that I was standing up, but yeah, I was able to get a strong magic arrow on him, and it is blockable, and it does like barely any damage if you block it. Not sure why I was able to kill Sounds Insane with a 20k shot, because I think every class in the game has more than 20k max health, so I'm assuming he was naked, but yeah, it was a nice shot. Luciferin changes his gear here and then potions up. That's fine. It's the most reasonable reason to use potions in PvP. In 1v1 PvP, that is. the consensus is that potions are completely fine when there's troops involved. Able to get a 10k shot there when he was on the ground. Got some more distance from him. With this build, I lack a lot of melee damage, so the damage that I do is definitely much higher from range. And every arrow that I hit, every basic ranged attack, I restore 2 concentration. So if people are sitting in block, it actually helps me out so much. Increases my damage by a lot. I could have killed him here by, instead of going for the melee attack, instead changing my to bow and then switching weapons, but I decided to get some range now that I knew that I had more than 50 concentration and landed a good shot there. So it's another match against Totally, and doing a good job evading me. I tried going for a quick shot, but Bellsword's movement speed is really, really good, so did land this combo. I was a little bit too far for him to continue it, and I tried to counterattack there. I used my agility, and unfortunately accidentally used my escape here. Never want to do that. You want to use your escape when you think you're going to be taking substantial amounts of damage, or if you think that you're going to be able to counterattack, but I knew neither of those things were possible. He did block my magic arrow. It did like 900 damage when it was supposed to do like 18k. So it's very blockable. Very, very blockable. Able to land a nice combo here. Stands too close to me, and I was able to rising attack out of it. Accidentally used my escape again, but it did protect me with those iframes from his freeze attack. He decides to go on a little run. And I believe he does not have the movement speed enchant or additional option on his boots. I have mine maxed out, so I was able to catch up to him. I believe that the base spell sword move speed is higher than the base ranger move speed. I was able to land a counter here, but probably didn't expect me to instantly use my escape. And then I was able to get closer to him. And he used his escape, but I was still close. And I was able to finish the duel. So in this next duel, I believe a very common mistake was that I charge up my magic arrow for the whatever 4 or 5 seconds that it takes. And when you have a fully charged magic arrow, you release a second projectile that stuns. And oh, that's not the case here actually. So that's not what's going on here, but I was able to use the dash attack that I have to get some, like about 75% more distance on my dash attack with my dash attack, and I was able to get out of some of his abilities that I think are kind of important cooldowns for a lot of his combos. Able to get a little bit of space and do a very weak magic arrow. And weak magic arrow is very strong for me because of how much I've put into it as far as like accessory placements. So I was able to use my evasion here. Got so many cooldowns. Would have made such good progress there if he learned that he needed to block 3 attacks on that second wave there. So I try to counterattack this attack, which I've learned is very inconsistent too, so I'm going to stop doing that. I have to learn the proper moves to counterattack in order to punish a spell sword. Okay, so it was probably a timing thing, maybe an extra attack that wasn't needed, or I'm not sure what the case may be, but he wasn't able to land the second freeze. Was able to get some distance here. Okay, yes, this is what happened. He didn't keep blocking for the additional projectile that happens afterwards. And when that projectile hits, you are stunned for 5 seconds. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short video. I had a blast making it. I love dueling, and I want to inspire more people to get into the arena because the rewards are great, but also just really good fun. It feels like it has a very high skill ceiling where you learn moves of specific classes and learn how to counter them. And yeah, put the time into it, and it really pays off. I don't lose very much at all, and it's because I've been playing this game for a long time, and I know these moves, and I know what counters them. I also know the resistances of each class, um, and I know which classes are weak to certain attacks. So, yeah, get out there. Thanks for watching.